is coming, and today I have an absolutely beautiful and elegant fall fun fold card to share with you. I'm Anna Hellman. I appreciate you being here. Let's take a look. Here you can see the beautiful cards that I'll share in just a moment how to make with you. I made these with the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. It is one of my favorites. I absolutely love pumpkins. Ever since as a child, I raised them and sold them for a long time to save money for college. So I wanted to come up with a really neat project to share with you with a set. I use the Blackberry Bliss designer paper. Purple is my favorite color, so the combination of these two products together, I just absolutely love. So here you can see the bundle that I used. You can see the really detailed dies that come in the set that coordinate with the pumpkins in the stamp set. And we have some really nice greetings as well. This one's my favorite. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. We will use that on the inside of the card. So I'll tell you what materials we need to make this. We need a card base that actually, this is the base. It does not fold in half. So this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I use Blackberry Bliss cardstock. We need another piece of Blackberry Bliss that measures 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then we need to score it in the center at 4 1/4. We need pieces of designer paper that measure 4 by 5 1/4 and 3 by 4. Now the colors I'm using on this one are a little bit different than many of the samples I shared, so you will notice that as we go along here. I also prepared my die cuts for the pumpkins, and I have a piece of cardstock prepared for the inside that measures 3 by 4. We will also use a piece of 4-inch ribbon. So let's go ahead and start to assemble, and I'll explain some things as we go along here. So we'll start with this card base and a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 designer paper. I will bring in one of my samples so you can see the differences in the colors as we go through here. I absolutely love these, but when I was prepping my materials to share this with you in a video, I just decided to switch up my colors a little bit. A lot of times I like to share different ideas, different colors, different products for the same basic project, just to give you an idea of different ways to create something. Okay, so this is a Joyfold card, and the way this opens is just like this, okay? The whole size of the card is not open. It's just the smaller flap on the front, which I think is really fun. So we'll prepare this piece for the Joyfold. I will attach this piece onto the card, and then we'll put the designer paper on the front. I think this Blackberry Bliss designer paper is one of the prettiest things I have ever seen. You can see several of the prints here on my card, and I'll explain what I used to cut out the pumpkins here in just a minute. Now, I told you I'm switching up my colors, so this will be my print for the front this time, which is the reverse side from what I used on these other cards. Get that attached. And let's go ahead and stamp this piece for the inside. Then we can get those pumpkins adhered on the front. So I love this stamp that says, if friends were pumpkins, I would pick you. And just for a little bit of embellishment on the inside of the card, I am going to use this pumpkin as well. So we'll use some Blackberry Bliss ink to coordinate. Stamp that. And then for this pumpkin, I want to stamp off a little bit. So I'll grab a piece of scrap paper. This is definitely scrap paper here. I forgot to grab a piece ahead of time. Get the little pumpkin down here in the corner. So now we can attach this on the inside of our card. Then we'll be moving on to the pumpkin. So I definitely want to share with you how I prepared them and the pieces I used, because I use several different types of paper and several different well, 1 or 2 different techniques as well. So on this card, I cut the large detailed pumpkin out of gold foil paper. On this one, I used cinnamon cider cardstock. I stamped that image with Versamark ink and I embossed it with gold embossing powder. And then this one I cut out of one of the designer paper prints. For this card, I cut the large detailed pumpkin out of one of the designer paper prints. This one, I used one of the designer paper prints and I just stamped that on there with cinnamon cider ink. And then this one I cut out of the gold foil paper. So to adhere these, you can use several different tricks, and I've been sharing some of these lately. But one of my favorites for attaching detailed die cuts is to attach adhesive sheets to the back of them before I die cut. So I took some of our adhesive sheets, I put it on the back of my paper before I die cut this piece. And what it does is it turns it into a sticker. So all I have to do now is peel this backing off. And it is one large sticker. Now you can of course use little dots of glue on the back. You can use the trick where you use a sponge and your silicone craft sheet to get some adhesive on the back, or you can actually use seal or your tape runner and a silicone craft sheet as well. Okay, so with this, all I have to do now is press that down, and I just love that. That is fantastic. It's so helpful. I will put some dimensionals on the back here to attach this pumpkin. I lost my dimensional there. I didn't grab it. I like to use my take your pick tool, as you can see, to attach these. And I can also use this to remove that paper backing. Now, once we have this pumpkin on, I want to attach that ribbon. So I'll put down a little bit of adhesive over here on the corner of that pumpkin. Fold that ribbon so that it looks nice, however I want it to be, and give it a good press into that adhesive. Now I will attach this one with some mini dimensionals. So I'll put mini dimensionals on the left side and I'll put some glue on the right side. I really like the fun fold cards. Now I know a lot of you love fun fold cards as well. That's why I try to share them sometimes. But this Joy Fold, it's such an easy fold. You can make them in lots of different shapes and sizes. But basically, it's just adding an extra little flap to the front. And really, you can step up your card a lot just with an extra little flap. As you can see, I decided not to put any kind of greeting on the front of this. I just really like the way it looked, just the way it is without a sentiment. Okay, so it'll take a minute for that glue to dry there on the right side. But here you can see our finished result with this Pretty Pumpkins bundle and our Joy Fold card. So we flip it open. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. On this one, I actually used a different sentiment from that same set. So thankful for you. So thanks for watching along. I hope you enjoyed this. Please give me a like, comment below. That helps me to increase my subscribers, and it also helps other crafters to find my videos. So hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.